Yo guys, what's up? It's Daddy Power, and you know already the concept here. 4 letters, real, honest, and trustable tutorial. Let's start now.
And welcome to this fourth video and the end of our tutorial. I know you're sad guys, but at the same time you will have all the information to be able to set up your PC or HTPC with all the stuff I shown you in the previous videos, and you will be able to play your old games through emulators and with the help of two softwares, Launchbox . Okay, Launchbox and Retroarch. And today in this last video I will show you the result of our last video. So as a reminder, in the last video we configured Launchbox to add the SNES system, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, in our Launchbox. So Launchbox now it's configured to use Retroarch, if you saw the last video. And now I will just show you what is the result in Big Box. So Big Box is Launchbox with a very beautiful UI. So I will show you the result of this. Big Box is launching.
Initializing Big Box.
Good. So a new official version of Launchbox has been downloaded, wherever. Okay. Yes. No, not now. Later. So I will show you also that you can use with Launchbox your controller here. Okay. It could be wireless. It could be wired. It doesn't matter really. The important thing here is to have a controller. Okay. As a side note, but it's very important for you to know, is that Launchbox is recognizing X-input controllers like Xbox One, Xbox 360, but is not recognizing direct input controllers like all the other controllers finally. Okay, if you're buying like I would say a Super Nintendo, a wireless Super Nintendo that you connect through Bluetooth, you won't have Launchbox recognizing it and it won't work. Retroarch is able to recognize your 8-bit controller. So all controllers that are not X-input, that are direct input for instance, Retroarch is able to recognize them. So even if your controller is not working in Launchbox or Big Box, as you can see here, at the end it will work with your games, okay? And there is a weird phenomenon here because I'm not able to use the stick to move around and it's not working, as you can see, right? Something is really weird, but I think I know. I'm just I am using the keyboard here. I can show you the keyboard right now, but I'm using the keyboard. I have only one system configured here. I push escape, okay, the escape button here. I'm going to options. I'm going into it's very far. I think it's controller here, and I check this checkbox here, enable game controllers. And if you want everyone, let's say you are playing with 2, 3 or 4 friends at home, if you want everyone to be able to control the menu of Launchbox through X-input controllers, you just have to check use all controllers like this. I won't do this because anyway I am alone, and anyway I won't recommend that configuration here because depending on your friends, if they are very excited or whatever, they can just play with the controllers and get on your nerves because they will play with your nerves, you know. Oh, I'm going this, and it's a big mess at the end. So I won't recommend that, okay? So now, yay! I'm able to use my controller now. Okay, let's say here I want to play Super Mario World. I'm going there, and I have the video. It's super cool. As you can see, it's very intuitive. It's a beautiful UI. If you go on in the options you have the manage theme, start a theme and whatever. You can manage themes. Let's say I want another theme, like in the most popular one, and I can see right away what the theme is going to be on my computer. And I would say I can go on different one, but it's working pretty well, you know. This one is not so bad, arcade, I guess. It's not arcade, it's Unified Redux. Okay, I will try this one, okay? I will install it. It's super simple, you just have to select install. It's installing, downloading the last version of Unified Redux. Okay, good. So I'm going. Thank you, my friend. I'm going there and playing as main thing. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, okay. It's not so bad. Okay, I'm going into Super Nintendo system here. So I have all my games here. As you can see, I have Super Mario World. I'm going onto Super Mario World. I have different options, no matter the theme you're using. You can play, launch with, because sometimes you can have different cores installed into Retroarch, so you can have different launch options. Play music, stop video, I can stop the video, play the video. I can open the folder, image folder. I can open Retroarch also. I can launch Retroarch NetPlay. Yeah, a bunch of options, but you can add to a playlist, you can put this into your favorites, so you will have access to a favorite page where you can launch your favorite games. I will just play. Let's see if the setup is working. X input controller is automatically detected. It's very cool. And now, as you can see, all the bindings of your controllers is automatic. So just have to say start. Okay, I'm going there. Good. And I am playing. Super Mario on Super Nintendo system. Okay? It's very cool. It's very responsive. Okay, good. Okay, you're not watching this tutorial to see what are my capacities or performance in Super Mario Bros, right? So, I will continue this tutorial and show you something. I am pushing these two buttons because it's what is the combo buttons I choose in the previous video to be able to access the Retroarch menu. As you can see here, we can see neatly that MENAF and business at the bottom, it's written here that it's loaded with the version and the build version, okay? So everything is running well. And by default, you are in the quick menu of the core, okay? So, I will show you something. As you can see, the graphics here are just crap. If you want to play like when you were 10 years old or 15 years old or whatever you were at this time when Super Mario Bros was released, it doesn't matter at the end. But if you want to improve a little bit the graphic here, because we have like 65, 75 inches TVs today and we want to play through our HTPC on this TV, so it will be like very big pixel. Maybe you want to improve the graphic here. So I'm pushing the two L3 and R3. I am in the menu here. I'm going to options. As you can see, I don't have any core options there. It means that the MENAF that is delivered and running Super Nintendo Entertainment System doesn't have any option. You can't change the resolution, you can't improve anything on the graphic side, you can't change anything on the VSync and things like that. So I will go here. It's an option from Retroarch, okay? It's for all cores you can have. I will go in shader and I will turn on video shaders here. I will load the shader preset. I will go into SNES, for instance, but GLSL is working too. And I will choose my recommendation here is to use Scale HQ, sorry, or you have another one, HQX. I prefer HQX. I will choose the HQ4X, and as you can see in the background, the graphics changed, and it's really better, okay, for a big TV, for instance. So now the changes are applied. I will save the shader here, and I will save for the core itself. So every time you're launching MAME for Super Nintendo Entertainment System, it will load this shader, this specific shader for all games on this core. And it's super interesting because, so shader preset saved successfully. It's super interesting because on Super Nintendo you will have this shader working. And now, as you can see, yeah, my friend, it's really better. Another and last thing you can do, let's say you see that your game is not smooth, okay? And it should be smooth because Super Nintendo is not requiring a lot of CPU performances, etc. So let's go into video, so settings, video, and you go into output, because you can have here a refresh rate that is not exactly the same as your screen, and you click on estimated screen refresh rate, because the set display reported refresh rate is the theoretical refresh rate given by your monitor or TV. But the estimated screen refresh rate is what Retroarch and MAME in the background is about to really display. So you click here and it will be really smooth if you are doing that. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, so it was Retroarch. You just have to push escape twice and you're out of Retroarch and you're coming back to Launchbox. So it's super easy to use, right? Okay, now I will add some PlayStation. So I will add like a game in the PlayStation system. Okay, good. Now I will add like a new system. I will show you how to add a new system at the same time, okay? You go on Tools, you go on Import, you go on ROM files, and you will have the exact wizard we saw on the last video. So if you want to know how in the detail and how to add all your games from a specific directory, you just go to my previous video and you will see everything you need to set up that, okay? So it's importing my game. I had taken game, so I added it. So one game were imported here, and as you can see here, if I am going into consoles, so I'm going into tools, I'm going into manage emulators, I'm selecting Retroarch, and in associated platform, I'm going into Sony PlayStation here, and as you can see, I have a MAME PS6 Lib Retro. I will choose another one. I have my PS6 Lib Retro core installed here. So I will go into Retroarch, okay? And I will try to set up everything because I need to load the core before using my PlayStation. Because I have only Beatles SNES here. So for SNES, I will download the core. I will go on Sony PlayStation and I will install Sony PlayStation Beatle PS6 hardware, okay? Because it will give you more options to use with hardware. So basically it will use the GPU. If you want to use simply use the CPU, you can choose this one. You won't have a lot of options on the graphic side. It will use the CPU, but you can select this one. I recommend this one because you have a bunch of options. So I will quit Retroarch. So I'm going here, edit, associated platforms, and for Sony PlayStation I will choose PS6 hardware Lib Retro. Every time you're installing a new emulator, let's say I want to use the Genesis one, you have to go into Retroarch first, choose a core you want to use, and after, just after, not before, after. You will go into your Launchbox, you will go in associated platforms, and you will choose the core you just downloaded. Because if you're not doing that, if you want a specific core here that is not in the default list, you won't see anything appearing here because it won't be downloaded at the time you're selecting it into Retroarch. So it's my advice here. And now I just go here and run the game. Okay, and this one is specific to PlayStation. I won't show you how to get the firmware, but you need this firmware here. So you just have to go onto internet to download everything you need, and you will be ready to go. So to add a firmware for your different emulators, you go into your Launchbox directory and you create here, because it's a new installation, you create system directory here. Okay, go there and you put all your firmware files here. Okay, so as you can see here, I found a package on the internet. It's super simple. You just have to write like SCPH 5500, SCPH 5000, and you will find somewhere someone who is giving you like a package with all the firmwares you need for the emulators you want to use. And so I'm just going here in Launchbox. I run again my ticket, and I can see
NANI?! お前はもう死んでいる。
it's not working at all. Fuck. Okay. I will try to rename it with BIOS. Oh my god. I'm tired. I'm tired, or I'm stupid. One or the other options, I don't know. I am putting this into Launchbox, but it's not in Launchbox. I have to put that because it's not Launchbox who is launching my games, right? It's Retroarch. So you have to take your system thing here, go into your C, users, default user, app data, roaming, Retroarch, and you have already, as you can see here, you have already the system. Okay, I want to put that here, I want to put that here, and it will work. It will work like a charm, and this time it will work, I'm pretty sure. Okay, good. Very good. It's very nice. Oh, sorry. Okay, so my PlayStation system is working now.
Round 1. Fight!
Okay. As you can see, it's interesting, right? It's very good, etc. But I have very big pixels there. So, because I am running MAME hardware, I can access to some options here. As you can see, I have a bunch of options now. It's the options that you can find on the core itself. Some cores will have options, some cores won't have options. I can go into hardware, I can choose Vulkan or Auto, I don't care on that side. Software from buffer, internal GPU resolution. So here I will put a 16, and I'm pretty sure it will be better. No dithering, pattern, adapting smoothing, super sampling, down sample to native resolution. Okay, multi-sampled, whatever. So I can change a bunch of options here. Honestly, I don't have any clue. I can skip the BIOS if you don't want to have like the well-known splash of PlayStation on the startup. Progressive rate, widescreen mod hack to force the widescreen. You can change the memory card, the port, and the whatever you want here. No, it's the same.
NANI?! お前はもう死んでいる。
But maybe we have to internal GPU resolution, input fidelity of 3D models, generally unaffected by this. Okay, I'm pretty sure we have 3D models, I think. finally. So, okay, just for information, because I had a lot of trouble making this thing working. If you have the same issue as I had, just go into your Retroarch directory and you will see a directory called config. In config you will have Beetle PS6 hardware or Mednafen PS6 hardware. You delete this directory and you will have, when you go again here, everything will work as expected. Okay, so again I will say 32 BPP here for the internal color, because by default it's 16, so it will be better. For the hardware it doesn't matter, it will be Vulkan because we configured Vulkan before. Texture filtering, maybe I will have a SABR, something like that. For the done texture, replace texture, maybe I have some other cool things here. Okay, so as you can see, the game is really better, right? But it's better only for 3D models because it's supported by the GPU. And as you can see, for the textures themselves, because they will, for the textures it's not the same, right? Okay, it's working pretty well. Okay, good.
Round 1. Fight!
So that's it guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and the complete tutorial. Okay, thanks to me you're able to play your own games on your HTPC or PC with your controller automatically configured and detected by Retroarch, launched through a wonderful UI with Launchbox. So I see you in other real honest and trustable tutorial. I say just bye bye guys.